So welcome to Bulmain Dades. Bulmain Dades is a city and it's located at the gateway of the Upper Dades Valley, which we're going to go into shortly. So this place we're staying at is Solihull Blue. Again, it's on all the apps. And later on today we're going to take the road, the Upper Dades Valley, up as far as we can, then turn around and come back. If I just take you down to my Lonely Planet book now, I don't know if this is going to work or not, but you can see the route we've taken so far, and we're located here. And we were supposed to, well, today we're going to go up through the Dades Gorge, up as far as this location, and then unfortunately we've got to turn around and come back, and we're going to stay here tonight again before we move on tomorrow. But originally I did plan to go all the way up and then down through this side through the Toro Gorge and then down this way, but speaking to the man at the reception and actually doing a bit of reading online, this bit here, they call it piste only, which basically means tracks. And it's not only just a track, it's a track that goes through a major mountain range, so it's going to be switchbacks and it's going to be quite bad. So 4x4s, no problem at all, but motorhomes, having done the Tizen test and having done the Tizen Tichka, we're kind of done with mountain ranges, so we're going to give that a miss, and we're going to go up to the Dades Gorge. We're going to have a look around, and then we're going to travel back to where we are now, Bulmain Dades, and then we're going to stay the night tonight, and then we're going to move on tomorrow. So tomorrow we're going to move on down the rest of the route down to Mizuga, but we might stay on the way somewhere around here depending on how we feel. So I use the Lonely Planet guide all the time, and this GoPro is doing strange things trying to correct the angle of it, so I hope it's coming across well. I do tend to write and scribble on it, which I know you're not supposed to write and scribble on books. However, I find it really helpful, and even more so in years to come, having done it before in the past. I sort of stumble over these books that I've had and written on, and it brings back great memories of where we went and what we saw and who we met and the experiences that we had. We went down to the local, well, the sort of the centre of the city yesterday, just down in the valley there. It's got a thriving nightlife as far as southern Morocco is concerned. It's got shops and cafes and restaurants. We had a pizza down there, but it was okay. But I think we're asking a lot to have a you know, sort of a Western UK based tasting pizza in southern Morocco. I think that's asking a bit, and it was, because there wasn't much spice on it. There wasn't much you know, there wasn't much taste to it. Basically, it was a bit bland, but there you go. We walked down there. It took about 20 minutes to walk down there, then it took us about 3/4 of an hour to walk back up, and I'll take you around to where we were last night, parked up. This is a fantastic sort of mirador, isn't it, as they call it in Spain. We shared this place with some bikers last night. They're actually in the hotel though. We were out the back in the motorhome place, the motorhome park. It's got the usual facilities. It's got washing up. All these bays are carved out. There's photos inside where this place is absolutely packed. And that was us last night on the levelling blocks. All now lonesome. And this is Raid Solihull Blue. And raid basically means it's been someone's homestead in the past, and they've opened the gates and allowed people to stay in, and clearly with this place over the years that's developed somewhat, and now it's someone does live here, but it does predominantly camp here and overnight stays. But we're on the edge of a large desert plateau out the back. You can see for miles and miles around, and obviously we're going to drop down into the Dades Valley. But that's what the entrance looks like. And actually we're about 2 or 3 kilometres outside the city. But like everything, you know, we always consult the apps, and actually I look at people's reviews. So it's important that when you do stay at places, you do a bit of a review and update, because I find it as a traveller very useful, just to see, you know, what's the latest views, what's the latest reports, what's happened. Reports from 2017 is not very helpful. We've got the aircon running in the motorhome. We had it running yesterday as the temperature ramps up. But to have the aircon running, we've got to do plug-in, or hook-up, as it's called. So we plugged in the wall. It's only 30 dirham, which is like £2.50. So it's not much. I can hear Wendy sweeping up in there, so I'm going to keep out of the way. I'm going to strip this lot off, pack up and be on our way. Like I say, today's plan is to go up the Dades Valley as far as the switchback viewpoint that's famous on, you know, a lot of the pictures of Morocco and southern Morocco in the Dades Valley, and it's one of the Lonely Planet's recommended places to go. We're trying to go to all of them. It's clearly not possible to go to all of them because they're all spread out, and we've pretty much passed some of them that we weren't really interested in. I'm afraid that the art world, we don't really have a lot of interest in that. So if there's a location, you know, must go in Morocco because of this artist's lived here, and he's got, you know, he's done all his works and it's on display in a museum, I'm afraid that really doesn't flick our switch, so we just give it a miss. But yeah, we do try and go to most of the places, and if we, you know, this is the book that we use, like I mentioned before. I've done loads and loads of scribbles in it. I do apologise for those people who like scribbling books, but I write on the route, and then as I go through, I do a lot of scribbling on where we're staying and what experiences we've had and what we're doing. Yeah, Lonely Planet, great book to do some research from. Right, we're now going to pack up and we're going to go up the Dades Valley. So we've just pulled out the campsite, Solihull Blue, and one really important point that I failed to mention before is do not follow your TomTom or Google Maps when it suggests that you drive through the city down to the lower road, because he wants to take you through the back roads, and we walked up there last night. Absolutely not, because that is steps. There's no longer a road there now, it's all steps, and it's really steep and it's gravelly, so that would really lead you off the beaten track and take you down somewhere seriously dangerous to go, and you'd get stuck. And reversing out last night, well, we talked about reversing, the possibilities are minimal, so this is the way you come out, which is the main road past the school to the roundabout. When you get to the roundabout, then you turn right, and then that leads you down the main road down the hill. Just an important point there if you were to stay at Solihull Blue. Yeah, okay, back to you later. So this is the start of the Dades Valley. It's really just amazing to see that if you just look on Google Maps or Google Earth, you can see this slither of green going through what is a massive open expanse of rocky desert. And that slither of green is exactly where we're driving up now. That being the Dades Valley. You get these lovely little cars bars, either new or old, on the left or right. It's quite difficult to drive and to look around at the same time, but I'm sure when I review the footage that Wendy's been taking, I'll be able to enjoy the journey even more. So for anyone attempting the Dades Valley Drive, I've set the sat nav to go up the valley for about 33 miles, which apparently is where the road stops and the track starts. We're going to go past the iconic panorama or mirador of the switchbacks, where we'll stop at the top and take a few photographs, and then we'll carry on to where road meets track. So we'll be able to confirm to everyone watching exactly where that is, and actually we'll be able to confirm to everyone that once you've done the iconic switchbacks, is it worth going any more up the valley? We shall see. Oh, look at that. That is pretty special. It's pretty special to look up there, but again, if you were to go on Google Earth or Google Maps, it's literally a green sliver through a massive desert. So as we drive further up the valley, what we do see is a huge geology feature to the right hand side. It's almost, it's worth stating as well that we have passed some rock slides. So if you're having to do this in the winter, just be aware that you know, this place does suffer from rock slides or mudslides. More of this massive expanse of geology on the right hand side. From all the videos I've seen of the Dades Valley, I've not seen this kind of footage before. It's always been just of the switchbacks. So now the valley's getting thinner as we get higher and higher. Higher and higher, even. Passed through a few quite skinny places. Quite a few places with a bit of road damage as well, especially where the water flows over when the rivers and streams are in full flow during the winter. Causes a bit of road damage as well. But if you take your time, be careful, you'll be okay. Yeah, look at that one there.
Perched on the edge of a cliff. I'm sure I want to stay there.
Oh, this is the iconic stage. Where it's a switchback stage. So we can actually, if you film this all, we're going to stay at the top for a cafe and some photographs. Pieces of the road there as well. left-hand side, you can see it's just happened. So you do have to be careful. Hey! Just taking my time, making sure I can look round the corners as much as I can. Staying in second gear. Just navigate past all these rock falls. These guys repairing the walls. Alright. The idea is to try and stay below, or to try and stay at about 2,000 revs. Because at 2,000 revs, the vehicle is content to be in second gear. It's not over revving, and it's not under revving. So if it's under revving, you lose power because of the air going through the turbocharger, and you'd have to slick it down to 1 or first gear. I don't really want to do that, but if I have to do that, then obviously I will. This is quite a large switchback here, which I may have to go in first gear, but we will see how it goes. What I'm trying to do is look up to see how far I can see going around the corner. Try and look around the corner as much as you can. Try and stay in lane, obviously, but keeping it in second gear as much as you physically can. We did lose contact there going up around that corner with the rear wheels, but because the corner is so tight, that's quite normal. When you feel it lose contact, just ease off the accelerator. Your whole body's telling you to accelerate, but just you need to ease off the accelerator just to maintain that contact. And there again, all the way around to the left hand side, watching the overhang as well on the right hand side with the motorhome. So you're going to be constantly thinking all the time of your surrounding area. And now it's eased off a bit, you can gather your thoughts. Again, just keeping that 2,000 revs nice and easy. You don't want it to overheat. If you were to go 2,500, 3,000 revs, it would overheat. Then you'd be in a whole world of hurt. Anything under 2,000, you lose that power. We're going to pull over here to take some pictures. Back to you later. So here we are at the top of the iconic Dades Gorge Pass, and we've stopped for I'm going to have a Moroccan tea, and Wendy's going to have a fresh orange juice. But the views are fantastic. I'm going to take you around here, save the best bit for the last. Guys in the motorcycles have just turned up. For those of you interested in coming across here on bikes, wow, that'll be a road. But these guys can come across all the way from the top down the track because they've all got adventure bikes, so it'll be a whole different experience for them. You can see all the stickers on the walls of this cafe of all the travellers it's been past. And one of them's recognised somebody else's sticker. Really good. Yeah, all these stickers. I'm walking down to the bottom here. You get the iconic, look at that, switchback from Dades Gorge. Wow, something special, isn't it? You can see the men repairing it down the bottom. I'm going to walk back now and have my cup of Moroccan tea. I think it's about 30 degrees today, maybe a little bit more. It's nice and warm. into this nice little cafe area. They're obviously made at the top of the gorge. There's Wendy. Probably uploading to Facebook. Say hello.
Hello.
Okay. That's looking down, right down into the gorge. I mean, the camera, it's always the same with cameras, and you know, you'll appreciate this. You can't capture the vastness of what I'm seeing now, right down into the valley there, into the bottom. That's a feat of engineering, that. Even Josh Wardman couldn't design that. And he's an engineer. It's burned his tagine there, did you see that?
It was the wood in the bottom of it.
So we are going to get to the stage where we need to turn around and go back. We spoke to the cafe owner at the top there. Oh, this is it, look.
Yeah.
So we saw this on other photographs of this area. Look at this.
So you might need to take it because
Might need to what, lovey?
you might need to take the camera because that is
Hi.
Yeah, that's great.
Look at this. How fantastic is that, eh? So let's not get carried away with the splendour, because there is quite a significant overhang on the right hand side, which I'm just keeping my eye on. The road is quite quiet, and I'm not nervous about reversing this thing at all. But this is definitely worth capturing. And again, I'm just taking my time. And if something comes the other way, you stop, you think about what you're going to do, and you reverse out of it, or you pull forward. You do get some strange looks taking motorhomes down these areas. Morning!
Morning, it's afternoon, love.
Oh, it's afternoon already. The time is escaping me. Isn't this something though? Good afternoon! It is absolutely stunning. Because it's nice and quiet, we can take our time. Well, it's like we said before, you know, if someone's trying to get past you, you know, almost trying to drive through you, then if they're not much of a rush, then they take the risk. They drive round you. You just carry on normal. Might stop in there actually. Nice in there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Away from the road.
Yeah.
By the river, yeah. By the wheat field, randomly enough. You get farther up the pass, you get to the crops on the left hand side, and we've just passed a sign for the Tizen Gwyn pass. So we did a Tizen test and the Tizen Titchuk, and this is the Tizen Gwyn, probably pronounced incorrectly, but that's how it's spelt. So I'm going to try and go to the end of this until the road turns into gravel. The sat-nav says in about 7 miles there's another village, and I expect it to turn to gravel after that 7 miles. Overtaken by a minibus. What a hairpin bend. Look at this, when this guy here overtaking me. Hey! It is a popping like crazy now, yours.
Yeah.
Holy shit, look at that. That is amazing. I'm staying there for picture. Wow. Turned round, and the reason we've turned round is because we pulled over to look at the view, and a local stopped at the side of us and basically said we shouldn't carry on. This road that we're on now is fine, as you can see in front of you, but the next village is about 5 miles down the valley. It goes down some hairpins, again, which we're not really concerned about. But what he did say was that once you get into the village, as soon as you get to the other side of the village, as of May 2024, it's a track, which is what we've been told. And the track is, although it's passable by 4x4 and adventure bikes, it's absolutely not, and this is his words, it's absolutely not passable by motorhome, unless you've got an overlander or a 4x4 motorhome. If you've got a normal motorhome like us, then he strongly advises not to do it. He's a local, so I'm absolutely going to take that advice. So, although we didn't see to the end where the tarmac or the asphalt met track, it is in about 5 miles from here, down the valley. And like the local said, it just literally goes from tarmac to track. And it's not just that. He says it goes over another Tishney, or another range, another mountain range. So all the switchbacks are all gravel switchbacks, which for my traction would be a nightmare. So I think we just spoke about then what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the place where we saw the overhang and the river, and there's a camping place there, and we're going to spend the night there, I think, down by the river. Wendy's a bit scared of heights, so on the left hand side there's literally a sheer drop over there that goes about 1.5 kilometres, and I can see it goes straight down. So is the road worth doing past the overhang? Well, if you want some extra sights, then yes. If you want to go around some extra switchbacks, then yes. But other than no, sorry, I just took the camera off Wendy then, but it's not actually worth it because we've gone past the place. Other than you can see it down there. other than seeing some lovely sights down the bottom of the valley, then it's probably best off turning around after the whole overhang, or spending the night at the campsite and then travelling back down this pass, which is a shame really, because I really wanted to go over the top, but you know, if a local flags you down and says, you know, it's really not worth your while to go over there in this, then I'm going to listen to him, and we're going to go back and find a campsite we can stay in halfway down this pass and camp there. So that's what we're going to do.